Okay, so if you've been here for any significant length of time, then you know I don't usually really ever cover any type of drama in any community because I personally belong to many communities and I just never really thought that covering uh, discourse or anything like that would be worth my time. But something very major is happening in a lot of industries and fields and professions that I hold very near and dear to me. Actors, gamers, producers, directors are all being exposed for being sexual predators or for being pedophiles or for being otherwise horrible people. And as a lot of you guys know, I want to be an actor. I want to be a filmmaker. I want to be a producer. I want to be a professional gamer. And it really sucks because of what's going on with EVO. You know, uh, Joey, Mr. Wiz, pretty much the co-founder of the event back when it was like Battle by the Bay, B3, whatever you want to call it, has had some allegations come out against him of sexual misconduct and pedophilia. And I don't know if these claims are in and of themselves substantiated. I don't want to take anything away from any victim who has come forth to speak. Joey himself has spoken up and owned up to his mistakes. He's been fired from EVO. He's been succeeded, and it seems like all is well with the event moving forward. But this year, another run was pulled out. Capcom was pulled out. Bandai Namco was pulled out. Sonic Fox won't be playing, and losing Sonic Fox is a pretty big deal. Sage M won't be commentating. There's a lot of stuff, You're losing games, you're losing players, you're losing commentators. And I understand that. I get that. But it really sucks. The event might as well be canceled because without Tekken, Dragon Ball Fighters, Marvel vs. Capcom, Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, what do you have? You have Smash Bros. You have Skullgirls. I actually don't know what else was on the lineup this year. Let me take a look. Yeah, without those games, the event was pretty much dead. The reason that I'm personally very upset about all of this is because, as you guys have seen, I've been getting really into Dragon Ball Fighters lately. I got on mostly because of my love for Dragon Ball in general. I've been a massive Dragon Ball fan. I won't say that I've been a massive Dragon Ball fan for years. I was for pretty much most of my childhood up until I was about 15 or 16, whenever the Resurrection F movie came out. That movie killed my love for the franchise. But then I saw the Broly movie, and it changed everything. I was a diehard Dragon Ball fan again. And this was after I became a collector, so most of my collectibles are Dragon Ball related now. Two Vegetos, one Vegeta. Whoops, two Vegetos, one Gohan, one Gogeta, one Goku Black, one Majin Buu so far. I'm not stopping anytime soon. But, yeah, I got in the game mostly because of my love for Dragon Ball, and I just love fighting games. I've been playing fighting games all my life. Some of the first games I ever played was Marvel Superheroes, what was it called? X-Men Mutant Academy. I went on to play Mortal Kombat, Armageddon, Deception, Deadly Alliance. I've played Tekken 4, 5, recently 7. I played Tag Tournament. I've played Injustice 1 and 2. I've also played Mortal Kombat 9, 10, 11. That doesn't matter. Soul Calibur 3, 4, and 5. No, 2, 3, 4, and 5, because I remember playing a Spawn. I've been playing fighting games my whole life. It's been a huge part of what I do. Marvel vs. Capcom. Marvel vs. Capcom 3. That was a game that I played tournaments at conventions because I love that game. I've never been bad at fighting games, right? I'm pretty good at most of them. I've even done a tournament of Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm. That's not exactly the most complex and intricate fighting game on the market, but it's still just something that was really fun to play. And with Dragon Ball Fighters, I have been grinding my ass off. I have been playing it almost every day, picking up and dropping new characters, learning loops, learning optimals, learning frame data, learning all sorts of things. It doesn't always reflect in my videos because I can't always utilize everything I learn. I mean, I've got 2 different TOD combos for Ultra Instinct Goku, but I'm just hardly ever in the position where I'd have to be to use that. But I mean, I'm a Majin rank now. I'm pretty close to Super Saiyan God. Like, I was doing all this because I wanted to go to EVO 2021 and compete. I was going to give myself a whole year to get beastly at the game. I've even been wanting to do some online tournaments because I want to get my name out there, because I do want to be a competitor. Because I've been playing these games for so long, and I just want it to, like, you know, to pay some sort of dividend, I guess. I want a sponsor. I want blah blah blah. It doesn't really matter. It's just, and then, like, because of everything that's going on in the world right now, of course, EVO went online, and I'm like, well, I mean, fan tournaments, right? Unfortunately, there aren't. From what I could tell, there were not, like, open tournaments for fans to for fighters. I didn't actually learn that until recently. I was still grinding because I was like, well, maybe I could do an open tournament, or maybe there would be like a Bond and Emco hosted tournament, something that I can do that will be streamed, something that I could still use to get out there. You know, if you ask me, I've gotten pretty damn good at Dragon Ball Fighters. Obviously, I'm not a top tier player, but I feel like I am well above average. But all I wanted to do was play the game on somebody's screen. That was really it. I just wanted a chance. I just wanted to see where I really stood amongst some of the titans of the game. And I just wanted it to feel like the time I've put into this game. I've been playing the game all year, you know? I just wanted it to feel like it was validated, like it was worth it for something. And it just doesn't feel that way, honestly. And then the whole thing with Joss Whedon and the Justice League shooting, like the Justice League reshoots, I don't know how much of what Ray Fisher said is true, but if it is true at all, it's unacceptable. And then, I mean, Shane Dawson, his behavior, you know, any other entertainer or public figure that has ever been shown to be just a scumbag, a piece of shit human being, it's good that they're being outed, because that sort of behavior is absolutely abhorrent and cannot be enabled, cannot go on. It's very good that they're being exposed for who and what they are. But for some reason, in the case of this whole thing with EVO, it just feels like the fighting game community, because the fighting game community is already rough, you know. Yeah, people calling you trash for who you main, people telling you just stop playing because you're never going to be good enough, blah blah blah, you waited too long to start playing, all sorts of stuff. Because that's what people were telling me when I started playing fighters, like, hey man, you waited until season 3 is about to start playing it. There's no point. I got pretty good. My rank doesn't exactly reflect my skill level because I spent so much time in, like, Super Saiyan 2 Supreme Kai type of ranking before I actually learned how to play the game. I've been D-ranked like 6 or 7 times, just struggling to pick up new characters, blah blah blah. But, like, my Super Broly Ultra Instinct Goku Bardock team is pretty damn hard to beat. And it just, like, the community, like I said, is already really rough. It is toxic. It is a cesspool of nerds and neckbeards telling you what you can or can't do, who you can't main, what you can't play. Oh, this doesn't work online, you shouldn't play it, that doesn't blah blah blah. This seems like a hit that it won't really recover from. I would love to see how EVO carries itself next year, 2022, 23, 24 years, you know. Battle by the Bay B3, it's an old event. You know, it's been around for a long time. It's not the first of its kind, but I think it is the biggest of its kind. You know, and plenty of games get their time in the sun there. Even Killer Instinct, which is a game that came out 7 years ago, And like Fighters isn't even the only game I've been playing. I've been grinding back at Tekken 7 and Justice 2. I've been wanting to pick up Smash Bros for a while, but it's like I just want, I don't know. You know, I've even started playing Ultimate Marvel 3 recently because I like Ultimate Marvel 3. And I miss it. I want to get back to where I used to be at the game, but I don't know how long that's going to take. This whole thing has really just been me rambling about. I am ashamed of the communities that I aspire to be a part of, and how some of the people in those communities have been conducting themselves. I'm disappointed at how some people's behavior is affecting these communities at large. Like these studios, these developers, these commentators, these gamers pulling out of the event makes sense. I get it. But it also just feels like you're punishing a lot of people that had absolutely nothing to do with the problem that caused all this. You know, your average Fighters player had no idea that Joey was that kind of person. They just wanted to watch some good fights at EVO. They want to watch Nakiel, Wawa, Sonic Fox. Does Kid Majin play Fighters? I actually don't know. But they just wanted to watch some good fights, and now we can't get that. You know, and another part of this whole thing is that like the fighting game community is a tricky gaming community, because when you're picking up a new game, if it has a different like control scheme, or if it works differently than most other games, you're gonna need to study. You can't just pick up and start playing. So if you're watching like Maximilian Dude, or like Dado Doya, or JM Crofts or somebody like that teach you how to play Fighters, like you're watching them play so that you can absorb their information and learn how the game operates, how certain characters are, how the game itself works, how you can do certain things, how you can manipulate the game to your favor. You kind of get attached to that person. They're like your mentor. You know, they're teaching you how to play. They are responsible for your success. So not saying that I have any dirt on Dado or Max or Jay or anything like that. I'm just using them as examples. Like if you watch them for years, if you look up to them for years, and then find out that they did some really horrible shit, it hurts. You know, it hits different, I guess is what you could say. But this whole thing is heartbreaking, honestly. Like, it really does suck. It sucks. You hate to see it. You don't hate to see justice done. Justice being done is very important. You just hate to see the ripple effect that it can have on the rest of that particular group of people. Because from now on, EVO is going to have... EVO is going to leave a bad taste in people's mouths. The FGC is going to be looked at differently now. Shooter players and battle royale players of all people, are going to be able to look down on the FGC now, because some people that we let get popular, some people that just had a following, turned out to be scumbags. And that sucks, because a couple people do not represent the whole. It's the same with like any group of people. There will be bad eggs, but that does not represent the whole. And honestly, this might serve as a lesson to anybody out there, me included. Don't let these people become your heroes, and don't let your identity, don't let your self-worth be attached to these people, because they're not flawless. They're not these perfect angelic beings. They're just people. You know, same as you are, same as I am. We all bleed red. We all breathe oxygen. We all sleep. None of it really matters in the end. Just because a person is good at a game or is good at commentating doesn't make them any different than us. And that's very important to remember. This has been a very shocking experience for me. But yeah, that's really it, I guess. I just had to get that off my chest. Thanks for rocking with me. I'll see you later.